What's up, Ohio? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Broulis Beat Report. I am your host, Nick Broulis. The Broulis Beat Report is brought to you, as always, by Cafe 80s. If you still love that 80s music, and I know a lot of you out there do, like myself, please feel free to check out a Cafe 80s show. You can always follow them on Facebook by typing in Cafe 80s. You can get on their website at thecafe80s.net or download that Bands in Town app if you have not done so already and type in the search bar Cafe 80s. Click on them, click follow, track, it switches up here and there. That way you can get email notifications letting you know when they will be at an area near you. Well, first off, you can follow me on Twitter, just typing in at Broulis Report, that's B as in boy, Roulis. And I've been throwing out a lot of Twitter polls lately. Before I get to that, though, just want to send out some thoughts and prayers to David Ortiz. Certainly hope that the great baseball player and overall good guy that David Ortiz is, hopefully he will continue to recover and make a full recovery. Most of you should know by now that he was shot from behind by someone, and they had to rush him to the hospital and had his colon and his gallbladder removed, and I think something else. Can't remember off the top of my head, but as far as I know, in terms of the latest, he is in stable condition and he is expected to make a full recovery, but very scary. I believe he is in his hometown, and he was just out at the club with some, I believe, family and friends, and a guy just came up from behind. I don't know if any of you have had a chance to check out the video footage. He just came up from behind and shot him. So hopefully he's going to be okay and make a full recovery. So I ran a poll on Twitter before I get on to the Indians real quick. And the poll question was, and again, I throw out polls on Twitter a lot more often than what I usually do. The poll question was, what ride can you not leave Cedar Point without riding? 5 votes were in. The number one was Millennium Force, which is personally my favorite. 60%. Nobody voted for Top Thrill Dragster, which kind of shocked me. 20% each goes to Steel Vengeance and Maverick. So if you voted, thank you. If you didn't, you need to get on the ball. So let's talk some Tribe baseball, shall we? So the Cleveland Indians won 2 out of 3 against the Minnesota Twins. Then they took 2 out of 3 over the New York Yankees. Both teams are very good, okay? Minnesota obviously is, I think they have the best record in baseball. I can't remember off the top of my head. But at this point, if you're an Indians fan, you want the Indians, and it should always be this way. A bonus, in my opinion, has always been a sweep. I mean, if you get the sweep, it's a bonus, all right? But the Indians have really got to start winning series. They have not done that much this year. You got to start winning series, okay? The Minnesota Twins are 10 and a half games ahead of the Indians. So right now, the AL Central crown is not looking too good. More so, the Indians are only a game and a half back of the wild card. And most of you are like, oh, why are they even thinking of the wild card? Well, guess what? The Boston Red Sox are not exactly lighting it up, all right? So, in that situation, I know there's a bunch of other teams that are involved in the wild card. The Indians are not exactly, just chopped liver when it comes to the wild card. So why not keep the wild card in mind? Okay? Now, the Indians got a 2-game series against the Reds coming up. Then they hit the road against Detroit and Texas before returning back home to host the Tigers and the Royals. Again, just keep winning series. Good news for Cleveland Indians fans. Finally, Mike Clevenger is expected to make a rehab start in Akron with the Rubber Ducks, and then Columbus with the Clippers. If both go well, he is expected to return before the end of June, which is great news for the Cleveland Indians. I already talked to you about the wild card. My other concern with the Cleveland Indians, Jose Ramirez. How much longer do they give this guy until they decide whether they want to possibly trade him to see what they can get for him? And if they do decide to trade him, what are they going to be able to get for him? I don't know if you want to go down that road. And we are getting closer to that line of whether a team has to figure out, are we buyers or are we sellers? As of right now, if I'm the Indians, I am still in seller's mode. Even if they get closer in the Central or get one of those wild cards, closer to one of those wild card spots, I still might sell and get some good quality prospects in here and call up these younger guys like a Bobby Bradley and so on and see where they go from there. There's nothing wrong with that. So, again, the Indians took 2 out of 3 against the Twins, 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. The series, the schedule lightens up for the Indians. Detroit, Texas, Detroit, Kansas City, Baltimore, going into July, at Kansas City, at Cincinnati. Then they have a long period of time when they're at home because, as we all know, the All-Star Game is in Cleveland this year, which yours truly will be at. Then they have a huge, huge homestand against the Twins again, Detroit for a 4-game series, and then the Royals for a 3-game series. The Indians got a chance to do some damage on the schedule and in the win column, alright? So hopefully they can get things going. I appreciate all of you for tuning into this edition of the Broulis Beat Report. My name is Nick Broulis, and until next time, have a good one, everybody.